Hello, everyone. Happy June 23rd. This is Gorgeous Responds, and I am Gorgeous. Today, I want to be a part two in my response on the Iran disaster that occurred with Iran shooting down a U.S. drone in international airspace, also bombing rather a U.S. tanker in international waters. Um, Picking up on my description of the President of the United States being a high stake level poker, poker player, or really a high level poker player, and a pretty good one. The President of the United States, um, he knows what he's doing in this situation. I do believe. Um, you know, showing restraint, showing, um, you know, prudence. That's all part of having a good morality. It's not all about being haste and overacting or overreacting in a spurt of a moment, or just jumping to conclusions when all the facts or the evidence isn't clearly being disposed. Um, so the idea of restraint in this situation, I'm not going to say that I'm against it. I'm not saying that the president made a mistake. Um, I actually admire, strength, in stature, um, and in force. And I also admire restraint on the flip side. I think those are two very good attributes of, good leadership from anyone. So I think this could be a pretty good, call on the president's part. But things will play out. Um, yeah, I just think that, you know, Iran is not in their right mindset. When I say Iran, once again, y'all, I'm not talking about the people. I'm not talking about the entire population of Iran. This is not me, you know, making a blanket, humongous blanket statement. I'm talking about the entire people of Iran. This has nothing to do, as a matter of fact, with the entire people population that is Iran. This is way more to do with the Iranian officials, the government officials, the ministry, the bureaucrats, the guys who are, making calls to the military, to press buttons and pull triggers um, to commit these terroristic, disasters and issue these threats. I'm talking about the Iranian state. I'm talking about the state, not the people. Um, I feel as though that the United States is the moral power on the face of the earth. And that's not saying the United States is perfect in any shape, form, fashion, or way. There's no such thing as humanity being perfect, except humanity exists. And if you believe that God makes no mistakes, then humanity, the entity humanity, not any particular one person or people or, individual. Humanity, the entity, is then perfect. But there's no man or woman themselves, that does everything right in life and commits no follies. That's not how we judge human beings. But considering everything that the U.S. promotes, consider that everything that the U.S. does for other nations around the world, consider everything that the United States of America represents. I just don't see how you can say that the United States does not hold a high moral ground. And being as big and powerful we are, when I say we, again, in these videos, I am American. So I don't see how that it cannot be, transparently seen by everyone that we mean for good. We became the most powerful country on the face of the earth in such a short time. And it's because a lot about our morals as a people. I mean, you go ahead, enumerate all the follies. Go ahead. But I just said to you, there is no such thing as a perfect human being. There is no such thing as a perfect race of people. There's no such thing in perfection in this essence. So we're not perfect. Yeah, enumerate the follies. That's cool if you want to focus on the negative. Me, I tend to revel in the land of optimism and positivity. That's just me. But the bottom line being is that the United States of America does so much for so many in the world, and that it just doesn't behoove anybody with our strength, with our might, economically, militarily, and that's what these mullahs, these governmental officials in the state of Iran is pissed off about, because they're losing money. They're losing money because of their ignorance. The President of the United States has caused ruckus, and he said, you know what? We're taking money from you. How about that? Your oil is not as worth much now. How about that? You want to sit up here and you want to provoke, and you want to sit up here and you want to make these terroristic behaviors. How about we take it out your pockets? How about that? And they mad now. They mad. But they don't want to act right. So, what are we supposed to do then at this point? I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you also what could happen. Make no mistake about it. You know what I'm saying? It could happen. And you know what I'm speaking of. It could happen. Now, all I'm saying is Iran simply needs to chill out. You know, America is here to help you if you are willing to help yourself and willing to help your people, willing to help your countrymen, willing to build and not destroy. America here is here to give you a helping hand in those endeavors. Surely enough, America's here for you. But if you choose to be destructive and you choose to, enslave your people, which is what you're doing by sitting up here and being this extreme with your behaviors, with your actions, with your rhetoric, all of it. You choose to be this extreme, then you will suffer the consequences. And there will be consequences. And you ain't gonna like it. Just like you don't like the consequences now, by us taking money out your pocket. It's all right. You're gonna take more than money. So bottom line is we come in peace. We mean no harm to anybody in the world. We're only here to help. But the United States is not to be messed with. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it messed up. The United States, I repeat it again, is not to be messed with. Talking about Iran. Off the map.